Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another video, and this one is a different one. I don't normally do Marvel Selects. I definitely don't collect them. This one I'm actually just going to review and then see if a buddy of mine or something is going to be interested in it. But I did get this. I did pre-order. I wanted to see what it was all about. This thing's huge though, so it's not going to scale in with Legends, but I'm very curious to see how it kind of measures up in terms of it being a figure. Now this thing looks fantastic. Now I have not seen in hand the Disney Store exclusive version, so I can't do a fair comparison, but from what I have seen in pictures, that figure was garbage. It had the old school T-joint hips, which I'm not a fan of. Some people like it. Not my thing. In 2020, we should have hip joints that are like this and not T-joint hips. And then the head sculpt, for whatever reason, just didn't look like Hulk from the MCU, from Avengers Endgame. I don't know what was going on with that. Had less accessories, only 2 extra hands, and no gauntlet. This one comes with the Nano-Gauntlet. This is the regular release, so kind of odd. The Marvel Select Nano-Gauntlet Hulk from Avengers Endgame. Just released, so you should see this in comic shops very soon, maybe this coming week. I pre-ordered and got it in. And again, let's just see what the figure looks like. It looks really good. I will compare him to the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Hulk, because that's the best thing that I got that I'm going to be able to compare it to. So no other Marvel Selects to compare it to. Sorry about that. But we'll see what the figure is really all about. Let's get right to it. So Nano-Gauntlet Hulk there. See the figure in the package. Typical Marvel Select packaging that's all massive and huge. There's a look at the back of the package. We have a promo shot of the figure. Let's take a quick look at that bio. Bruce Banner appears to be at an impasse. He has been unable to make peace with the other guy, and now he won't come out. Bruce will have to continue to use his high-level intelligence and other high-tech tools to protect the universe from its latest intergalactic threat. This Marvel Select action figure of the Hulk is based on his appearance in Avengers Endgame. It includes interchangeable hands. And this was sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios, and they do great work. So there it is. Let's get this thing opened up. All right, here is the Hulk figure out of the package. You know what? This figure looks great. Pretty limited in what it could do, but it is a very good looking figure. As you can see, it comes with the Nano-Gauntlet, so that is pretty awesome. Let's get right to it and go in and zoom in and see all the cool features of the figure, and then we'll take a look at his articulation and then do some comparisons. Here we go. Okay, so in terms of accessories for this guy, we get the Nano-Gauntlet, which connects at the elbow, and that's it for the gauntlet. No additional handpiece for snapping or anything like that. We get fists, both right and left. We kind of get these open, almost kind of holding hands for the left and right. And then we kind of get these trigger finger hands. Not sure exactly why we have those, but that's it. So those are all the accessories that this Nano-Gauntlet Hulk comes with. Okay, so looking in close, from straight on, it looks kind of funny, actually. When you do a side profile, it looks a little bit better. Now, based on the images, the only images that were released, I don't even think official in-package images have been released on this figure. But when it was first announced, like at Comic-Con, and I think they had one on display there, and I don't remember exactly how it looked. Hey, I can go back and look at my pictures and see if they had it, but based on the promo images, I thought it looked fantastic. I thought it really looked like Bruce Banner as the Hulk, so I really liked it. Now, having it in hand, I see that it's similar to those promo images, but it's not quite the same. Now, those promo images, I think, were a computer rendition of what the figure would look like and not an actual prototype. Maybe I'm wrong on that, so I think, of course, it was going to look a little bit better. Not that I think this is bad, or not that I don't think that it looks like Mark Ruffalo. I just don't see it as much. Straight on, I don't really see it. You start to turn it a little bit, I see it more and more. Not that it's 100%, but I do see it. Now, it's also worth noting that the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure one really isn't 100% either. I see the likeness, but it's not completely right. But, you know, there's some big differences there. But I think it does look pretty good. You know, it's not a real menacing looking Hulk or anything like that. The thing that I really like about this figure is the texture of it. So his suit is not just flat. It's got full on texture to it. So the sculpt of it is pretty outstanding. I really like it. All the line work and everything, and the seams of the whatever suit this is that he's wearing. We don't even really know what it is. It's not his time travel suit. It's just a suit that he wears. Now, I know that there was a deleted scene where he was wearing this and he actually did some superhero stuff and saved some people out of a burning building or something. I never actually went back to the theater to watch it again, where it included that additional scene. And it wasn't even a finished scene, so the CGI was crap. But he was wearing, you know, a suit similar to this or whatever. So pretty interesting, but you can see the suit looks really good. We get some different colors in there, but not a whole lot. Now, the cool thing is this gauntlet. It's not perfect, but I think it looks really, really good. As you can see there, it is articulated, but this part is sculpted, so it's not like an add-on piece like the one for the Marvel Legends was. But I think it does look pretty good and serves its purpose. You see the different colors for the Infinity Stones there. And then here on the thumb, so it does swivel at the wrist. One weird thing though is the hinge. It's really indented in there, so it kind of sticks out. Even like right there, you can see it, but then when you hinge the hand, that's really noticeable. But the paint on it looks pretty good. So the paint that they did apply was done clean. You know, I don't have any issues with the paint or anything like that. And then looking at the rest of the figure, so unlike the Disney Store exclusive, this has the newer style hip joints, not the T-joint hips. Looking throughout, and the sculpt again looks really good. The texture throughout the suit goes all the way throughout. Then you could see his feet are bare, and the toenails are actually painted on there, and that's pretty good. I don't really like the skin tone. I don't think it's really green enough. Because in the movie, he was pretty green, and I think they went with a very pale green for the figure, and I think, a darker, more vibrant green would have been better. But there's another close-up look at the head sculpt. Now let's look at his articulation. Okay, so for Hulk's articulation, so he can look down that much. As you can see, that's not a whole lot. He can look up a fair amount, though, and then you get some pivot in there, and you can kind of get it to move around, and then you, of course, get a full swivel there. Shoulders can go up that high. You're not going to get any more than that, and won't go down any more than that, so that's as close as you're going to get him to his body, which, oh, there we go. That's as close down as you can get those arms. You hinge it out a little bit. You can get a full rotation in there, although it's a little stiff, but you can get it done. There is a rotation at the elbow swivel there. It is a single jointed elbow, so you're only going to get that much bend on that elbow. That is not a whole lot at all. That's all you're going to get. So there is a diaphragm joint on this guy, so you can't get him to tilt to the side that much. You really have to work it. You can get him to tilt to that side that much. It kind of wants to revert back into one position. So there, you can get him to turn at that diaphragm joint as well. Crunching forward, you're really not going to get a whole lot. And that's probably one of my biggest complaints is you could see it rounds in so you can get that motion in the diaphragm joint, but you really can't get it to go forward at all. Back you can a little tiny bit, but not a whole lot. So it's just good for that turning motion, some of that pivoting motion. There's also a waist swivel here in this guy, and you can turn it, although it is pretty tight. It does have that waist swivel. Legs, you can do the splits kind of like a T-joint would, but it's not as ugly in my opinion. He can't kick forward that much, which isn't a whole lot, but a little bit. And he can go back that much there. There is an upper thigh cut there. You get a double jointed knee, which works pretty well. There's no boot swivel or anything on him, but you can get the foot to hinge down that much. You can get it to hinge up a little bit. Kind of this shin guard right there kind of hinders that a little bit and gets in the way. There is an ankle pivot, and he actually does have some peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So not a whole lot of motion on there. The Nano-Gauntlet, you actually get the single jointed elbow, and then you actually get the swivel there as well. And you actually get less of a elbow bend there. So that's all you're going to get on this gauntlet, because the gauntlet's going to then hit the bicep. And that's all you get. There's just nothing there. And then I forgot wrist swivel and hinge on this guy, and then this hand on the gauntlet hinges as well. But that's all you're gonna get. And then to switch that out, you just pop it off. It comes off at the elbow. In the package has the regular arm. support that right on in. And then this one, you're getting a little bit more bend at the elbow than you would that gauntlet piece. But again, that isn't a whole lot either. So there is this articulation. Okay, so for a size comparison, here we have the Marvel Select Hulk next to the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure. And you can see the height actually isn't too far off. Now this one just seems a lot bulkier. The legs are a little bit bigger. And he's a little bit wider, but that's kind of the only difference. But the height, surprisingly, for a 6-inch scale versus a 7-inch scale, that it's not too far off. But there's so many differences, it's ridiculous. This, you know, is a standard, you know, look for the Hulk. I wish Hasbro would give us, not that I don't want this one, because this is a fantastic MCU Hulk, but it would have been nice to get this suit on the Hulk. That way the gauntlet would actually be accurate to the movie. Whereas this one, it fits on there, it looks great, but it's not accurate, and you know that drops it down a few notches, but it's still a great figure. This one, I really like the skin tone of this Hulk versus this Hulk, where that green is just really, really pale, and in my opinion, just doesn't scream Hulk. So I wish it would have been a little bit more this color, but it is still a very good figure, and surprisingly not as big as I thought it would be compared to the Hulk Build-A-Figure. So I don't have. Again, I don't have any other Marvel Select figures to show you to do size comparisons, so it's just the Marvel Legends versus the Marvel Select. And here it is next to the Iron Man Mark 85 Marvel Legends, and you can see that is a massive size difference, and now it just does not look right at all. I think that looks, the scaling wise, it just makes this Hulk look gigantic and really not accurate. And I'm just curious now is how this, you know, and this seems almost unrealistic now that I look at it side by side. I don't know if I looked at it that close, but that Hulk almost seems a little too oversized, whereas Marvel Select is kind of your standard 7-inch that's going on here. But you can see that that's just a huge size difference. So this Marvel Select really isn't going to fit in your collection if you have mostly Marvel Legends. Now, if you put it in the back and kind of hide it, that can maybe work, but I think it's just way too far off. Okay, then as one final comparison, here are the other Marvel Select figures that I have. I also have the 2 Spider-Man Homecoming ones. The Spider-Man Far From Home and the Iron Spider from Avengers Infinity War. And you know what? The size difference with these ones, I think, looks really good and pretty accurate in my opinion. But the Hulk is just a whole different thing. So those look good together. So if you have Marvel Selects, they will probably all work really well together. I'm just not the biggest fan of them. I enjoy the MCU Spider-Man figures, and I'll get every single one that Marvel Select releases. But Marvel Selects, they're just not my thing. This is a fantastic figure. So, you know, for a retail of $25 or whatever it is, you really can't beat it, and it is a very good figure. It does look good. Do I wish that the green was different? Yes. But do I wish articulation was a little bit better? Yes. But it is a great looking figure, and that's usually the key for me. But you guys let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on it. Is it something you're going to pick up? Have you pre-ordered it, or did you get the Disney Store exclusive? And what do you think of that? I'm curious what you think how that one is compared to this one. And then keep in mind, remember, I don't have that one. Never seen it in person, so I don't know exactly, but from what I've seen, doesn't look the greatest. But you guys let me know all of that down in the comments below. If you guys liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.